Hello everybody. Thank you for joining me for a short but active sequence intended to bring some more awareness to and strengthen our core and bring some more awareness to our breathing. The only thing that you might need for this class are 2 foam blocks, just in case you need to bring the ground a little bit closer to you when we're in our low lunge. If you don't have these, I wouldn't stress about it, you'll make out just fine. So before we get into the active part of our practice, I'd like to take a few moments and get connected to ourselves and to our breathing. So find yourself a comfortable seat, and you can place your hands however is comfortable or meaningful to you. Maybe palms down on the knees, palms up, maybe taking a mudra, whatever works for you. And then close the eyes and bring your awareness inside of yourself. Trying your very best to be present for this next chunk of your day. And tuning into your body. Grounding down through your seat and maybe subtly reaching up through the crown of the head. A gentle elongation of the spine. And then bring your awareness to your breathing. Maybe begin to lengthen the breath. And as you begin to breathe a little more deeply, see if you can find some expansion in your body. Maybe as you inhale, expanding the belly and expanding the rib cage. And then as you exhale, the rib cage falls back in, belly falls back in. Trying to get a sense of slow, smooth, expansive breathing. And then I want you to bring your awareness to your belly. And see if you can breathe in to your belly. And this time as you inhale, feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, gently draw the navel back towards the spine. Just a subtle engagement of the core. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, actively draw the belly back in a little more. But do so without clenching or straining. Inhale, belly expands. You could even put your hands on top of your navel to get a sense of this expansion, breathing into the hands. Exhale, draw the belly back in a little bit more. Inhale, expand, breathe into your hands. Exhale, draw the navel in and maybe even a little bit up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw in. Trying to get a sense of those deep core muscles, the muscles that are underneath the sort of superficial six-pack abs. They're the ones that really help stabilize us. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw in. In and in. One more time. Inhale, expand. And exhale, draw in. And then release. Let's make our way to tabletop. So on our hands and knees, shoulders over top of palms. And hips right over top of our knees. We're going to go through a few rounds of cat-cow to help warm up the spine a little bit. Take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, begin to press through the hands, drawing the shoulders apart, drawing the belly in, and tucking the chin in towards the chest. So you should end with quite a bit of a rounding in the spine. As you inhale, reverse the movement. Belly drops down, arching the spine, shoulders towards each other, and draw your heart towards the front of your mat as you look up. Exhale, press through the hands, round the spine, belly in, tuck the chin. Inhale, extend the spine, shoulders back, heart space forward, look up. Exhale, round and tuck the chin. Inhale, extend, heart space forward, look up. 2 more times. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, extend the spine, look up. Exhale. Inhale. Coming back to a neutral spine, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, draw the belly in and engage that core. Plant down firmly through your hands. As you inhale, begin to reach the right leg back, extending the foot and look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin in towards the chest and draw that thigh in towards the chest as well. Inhale, extend, flex the foot, look up. Exhale, point the toes, round the spine, knee towards nose. Inhale, extend and flex. Exhale, round and point. Inhale, extend and flex, look up. Exhale, round and point. Bring that knee back down to center. Take a breath in and a breath out. Engage through the low belly. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Extend the foot, look up. Exhale, knee towards nose, point the toes. Inhale, extend and flex. Exhale, round and point. Inhale, extend and flex. Exhale, round and point. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that knee back down to center. Bring the big toe mounds together. Spread the knees apart a little bit. Draw the hips down towards the heels. Reach the hands out and rest the forehead on the mat for child's pose. And take a few deep breaths here. Giving yourself a moment to relax. And see if you can get a sense of expansion through the rib cage and the back body as you breathe here. Two more breaths. One more breath. Now we're going to make our way all the way to upward facing dog from our child's pose. So plant down firmly through your hands. And on your next inhale, begin to lift up, rounding the spine as you move through table, and keep going until your shoulders are right over top of your palms. And then begin to draw the shoulders back and lift the legs up off the mat. So staying strong through the legs, strong through the belly, and keep drawing that pubic bone up towards the sternum. As you exhale, draw the belly towards the spine and send the hips back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lower the knees back down. Child's pose. We're going to go through that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, round the spine as you move through table into your upward dog. Strong through the legs, strong through the belly. Keep drawing those shoulders back. Exhale, navel to spine, downward facing dog. Inhale in your down dog. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, lift up, round the spine, move all the way into upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. As you inhale, consciously move forward into your plank position. Pausing for a moment in plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. This time, we're going to inhale, shift forward to plank. And we're going to move into a side plank. So you're going to come onto the sides of your feet, grounding down through the left hand first. And then you're going to open the body up and reach the right arm towards the sky. Don't let your hips sag down, so keep reaching up through the hips, drawing the low belly in, breathing here. Now, if you want to add a little bit to this, take your top hand and reach it down towards the left underarm, kind of coming into a twist and then back out. Reaching down, back up, reaching down, back up. Maybe going through that a few times. And then as you exhale, consciously, slowly bringing that right hand back to the mat and coming back into downward dog. Taking a breath in your downward dog and a breath out. Inhale, shift forward to plank and coming into side plank on the other side. So rolling over onto the sides of the feet, grounding down through the right hand and reaching the left arm up. Taking a breath at the top and a breath out. And choosing to either stay here or coming into that little twisting motion with the upper hand. Reaching down towards the underarm and back up. Down towards the underarm and back up. Don't let your hips sag down. Stay strong through the core. Maybe one more time. And then as you exhale, slowly bring that left hand back to the mat and draw the hips back to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths in your downward dog. Trying to keep the inhalation and the exhalation roughly the same length. One more breath here. Plant down firmly through your hands. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg back and up. Now see if you can keep your hips square so the top of the right hip points down towards the floor. As you exhale, you're going to shift forward, bring that thigh as close into your chest as you can and your knee towards your nose. Inhale, reach that leg back and up. Keep the hips square. Exhale, shift forward, knee towards nose. Inhale, reach that leg back and up. Exhale, knee towards nose, shift forward. Inhale, reach the leg back and up. Exhale, shift forward, keep drawing the navel in. Inhale, reach that leg back and up one more time. Exhale, shift forward. Pause for a moment. Inhale, reach that leg back and up. Now this time as you exhale, shift forward with that knee in and see if you can quietly place the right foot between the hands. Coming into a low lunge. So this might be where you need your blocks to just help bring the ground a little bit closer to you. Or maybe you don't need them, it's completely up to you. So think about rooting down through the feet, drawing the left heel or the back heel towards the back of the room, juicing up that back leg, and squeezing that left glute. And taking a few breaths in and out. Keep pressing down through your feet, trying to keep the weight out of the hands. Another breath in and out. Plant down firmly through your right hand. We're going to come into a twist. Reach through the left hand. Reach the right arm up. Keep juicing up that back left leg, squeezing that left glute, strong through the legs, rooting down through the feet. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your right hand back to the mat. If you're using blocks, get them out of the way. Plant your hands down and step the right foot back to downward facing dog. Taking a breath in your down dog. And a breath out. Plant down firmly through your hands. As you inhale, sweep the left leg back and up. Try to keep the hips square. As you exhale, shift forward, thigh into the chest, knee towards nose. Inhale, reach that leg back and up. Exhale, shift forward, knee towards nose. Inhale, reach that leg. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, reach that leg. Exhale, shift forward. One more time. Inhale, reach that leg back and up. Exhale, shift forward, pause. And then see if you can quietly place that foot between your hands, maybe using your blocks to assist you in your lunge. Pressing down through the feet. Back heel draws back towards the back of the room. Juice up that right leg. Squeeze that right glute. Light weight in the hands. And as always, coming back to our breathing. One more breath in here. Full breath out. Plant down through the right hand. Reach the left arm up, coming into a twist. Keep juicing up that back leg. Keep squeezing that right glute. Don't forget to keep that engagement through the low belly. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, left hand comes back to the mat. Get your blocks out of the way if you were using them. And then step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more breath in here. And as you breathe out, soften the knees, bring the gaze between the thumbs. And as you breathe in, see if you can step your left foot towards the right wrist. right foot towards the left wrist, crossing the ankles, and maybe it works out so that you can quietly sit down. Now, if that wasn't that graceful and you had to make it to the floor a different way, don't worry about it. Just something to maybe practice. So coming into Navasana or boat pose, we'll start with the knees bent, legs together, and we'll bring the hands behind the knees, sort of to the hamstring area. We'll lean back on our tailbone, get a little bit of balance, and think about drawing the chest upwards and pulling the belly in. And once you feel like you're pretty stable, lift the legs and bring the shins parallel to the floor. Now, if you're feeling like this is super easy, try releasing the hands. Keeping the fingertips reaching forward, hands active, and do your very best to breathe. Don't worry if you're shaking or your breathing feels broken and shaken. It just means that you're challenging yourself and that you're building strength. This is a posture that I find particularly difficult, so I try to practice it a lot. Never seems to get any easier. Let's take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower the feet back down. And we'll roll onto our back. So taking hold of the knees and rolling onto our back. And maybe giving a rock from side to side. Allowing ourselves a few moments to decompress the spine, especially the area of the low back. So keeping the movements slow and smooth. Almost like giving yourself a little massage. And coming back to center, taking hold of the right knee. We're going to start by drawing that knee in towards the chest. We're going to actively draw the belly in and ground the low spine into the mat. And we're going to lift the shoulders and tuck the chin in towards the chest. And once we're nice and solid here, we're going to stretch that left leg out and let it hover just an inch or two off the mat. Taking a breath in to prepare. And as we breathe out, switching legs. Staying strong through the core, breathing in, even squeezing that right glute, breathing out to switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Maybe quickening the breath now. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Don't lose that low belly connection. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Now, if you want to make this a little more challenging for yourself, try keeping both legs straight or extended. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale. 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 Couple more times. Exhale. 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 And then bring both knees back into the chest. This time, see what it feels like to draw big circles with your knees. Almost like you're drawing a circle in the sky or in the ceiling. And I find that this feels really, really nurturing for the low spine. Maybe going one way and then switching directions. Maybe taking one more round in this direction. And then hugging the knees back into the chest. I want to end this practice with a twist just to help neutralize the spine. So again, taking hold of the right knee, stretching the left leg out, but relaxing it down this time. Bring your right arm out beside you to a T, and use your left hand to guide that knee across your body towards the other side. And keep going only as far as you can while maintaining a connection to the mat with your right shoulder. So I want you to think heavy and anchored through that right shoulder as you simultaneously draw the knee towards the mat. And if you'd like to, you can turn your gaze towards the right hand, the opposite direction that the knee is going. But if that's a little uncomfortable for your neck, you can stay at center, whatever works for you. And once you find yourself fully in this twist, come back to your breathing. And try to take some slow, smooth cycles of breath. Let's take 2 more breaths on this side. And when you're finished your 2 breaths, very mindfully, bring that knee back to center, hug both knees into your chest. If you'd like to give a little rock from side to side, you can. And then take hold of the left knee, stretch out the right leg, let it relax. Bring the left arm out beside you to a T. Use the right hand to guide the left knee across the body, only going as far as we can while maintaining connection to the mat with the left shoulder. Maybe the gaze turns towards the left hand, maybe not. Heavy and anchored through the shoulder as the knee makes its way to the floor on the other side. Breathing in and breathing out, maybe even closing the eyes and getting in touch with what's going on in the body. The breathing may feel somewhat restricted here in this twist, which often happens due to the nature of the positioning of the body. We're sort of twisting up our insides, and it can make it a little difficult to breathe. There's no need to force the breath, but don't be scared to breathe into that tension either. Two more breaths on this side. And slowly make your way back to center. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. Maybe think about making yourself into the tiniest little ball that you can. Lifting the shoulders up off the mat, knees towards nose. Squeezing in. Make yourself as tiny as you can. Squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in. And exhale, release, let it go. Stretch your legs out. Bring your arms to a low V, palms facing up, and make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Now, if you've got some low back issues like I do, you might want to bend the knees, bringing the feet a little bit wider than the hips and letting the knees knock in towards each other. And I want you to take just a few moments here with your eyes closed. And take notice of what's going on inside of your body. Are you noticing any sensation? Maybe heat or tingling. What was the effect of that practice on your body? Bring your awareness inside. Pay attention. Letting go of any conscious breathing and just allowing your natural rhythm of breath to take over. And maybe taking a moment to thank yourself for getting on your mat and putting in an effort for something good for you. And just know that your practice was perfect exactly the way that it was today. And I'll invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like to. I encourage you to stay here for as much time as you can. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.